Atomic or periodic properties. Atomic properties which are associated with the individual atom like valency, atomic and ionic radii, ionization enthalpy, electronegativity, etc. These are directly related to the electronic configuration. For example, valency of an atom means ability to form bonds which are directly proportional to the number of electrons or electronic configuration. Next is the properties of group of atoms like melting point, boiling point, density, atomic volume, etc. These are associated with the group of atoms and are indirectly proportional to the electronic configuration, means indirectly related to the electronic configuration. For example, density, which is directly proportional to the atomic size and which is further directly proportional to the number of electrons. It means that density is indirectly proportional to the number of electrons or electronic configuration. Next is the periodic properties. When we move from left to right in a period or top to bottom in a group, properties of the elements show regular change, which is directly or indirectly related to their electronic configuration, and these properties are called periodic properties. Next is atomic radius. As you have already read about radius of circle, sphere, hemisphere, etc. Now we will discuss atomic radius here. As you can see in this figure that atoms has three shell, that is 1, 2 and 3, and the distance from the center of the nucleus to the outermost shell, that is third shell, is called atomic radius and it is represented by the capital R. Next is the ionic radius. First of all, what is ion? Ion is a group of atoms or an atom which carries positive or negative charge. It's called ion. Here we have an example. For example, lithium. It has two shells, first shell and sixth shell. First shell contains 2 electrons and second shell contains 1 electron. If we remove this 1 electron from the second shell, we left with the first shell which contains only 2 electrons, and lithium carries positive charge, that is lithium positive is equal to 2. It means it contains only one shell which contains 2 electrons, and this is the representation of the lithium ion. And the distance from the center of the nucleus of this ion to the outermost shell of the ion is called ionic radius. Next is the covalent radius. Covalent radius is the half of the internuclear distance between the nuclei of two bonded atoms. This picture shows the bonded atoms, two bonded atoms, and this is the nuclei of two bonded atoms. When we join these two nuclei with a solid line, it is a internuclear distance. It becomes an internuclear distance, and half of this distance is called covalent radius. This is also called a bond length, and R covalent is equal to half of the bond length. Next is the van der Waals radius. Van der Waals radius is one half of the distance between the nuclei of two identical non-bonded isolated atoms or molecules in the solid state. Here are the two molecules which are identical, and this solid line joining the nucleus of two molecules, center of two molecules is called the internuclear distance, and half of this distance is called the van der Waal radius, and this is also called the inert gas radius because noble gases form van der Waal radius. Next is the atomic radius. Atomic radius, metallic radius. It is also one half the internuclear distance between the two adjacent metal ions in the metallic lattice. What is the metallic bond? Metallic bond is the force of attraction between the mobile electrons and the positive charges is called metallic bond, and the metallic radius is one half of the internuclear distance between the two adjacent metal ions in the metallic lattice. Next is a comparison of different types of atomic radii. Van der Waal radius is larger than the metallic radius, which is further larger than the covalent radius. It means covalent radius is the smallest radius and van der Waal radius is the largest radius. Next is the nuclear charge and effective nuclear charge. Nuclear charge means charge on the nucleus of an atom, that is charge of protons, means positive charge. Effective nuclear charge is the net positive charge experienced by an electron in an polyelectronic atom, and it is represented by Z effective, which is equal to Z minus S, where Z effective is the effective nuclear charge and Z is the number of protons or nuclear charge, and S is the screening constant or screening electrons. Screening means the inner electrons acts like a shield for outer electrons and prevents outer electrons from the nucleus attraction. Here we have two examples. First example is of oxygen, which contains 8 electrons, and Z effective nuclear charge for oxygen is equal to 8 minus 2. 8 is the total number of electrons of oxygen and 2 is the screening electrons, means screening constant, which is determined by a Slater rule, and we get Z effective is equal to plus 6, means plus 6 is the net positive charge which is experienced by the electron in this atom. Next example is the fluorine. Fluorine, it contains 9 electrons and Z effective for fluorine is equal to 9 minus 2, which is equal to plus 7. It means plus 7 is the net positive charge experienced by the electrons, and fluorine has the greater effective nuclear charge. Next is variation of atomic radii in periodic table. When we move from left to right in a period, atomic radii decreases. Why it is decreases when we move from left to right in a period? This is due to the increase of effective nuclear charge by 1 unit, and the electrons enter into the same shell. The electrons in the same shell do not screen each other, and hence nucleus holds the outermost electrons strongly. This results into the decrease in atomic radius, and hence atomic size decreases. Group 1, which is at the extreme left, called as alkyl metals and alkaline earth metals, have largest size in period. And group 17, on the other hand, that is at the extreme right, have smallest size. However, in second period, the atomic size of nitrogen is smallest, and after that the size of oxygen increases, then the size of fluorine decreases. This is an exception in this period. Why it occurs like this? In case of nitrogen, it is its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p3, means exactly half-filled configuration. Here the nuclear charge increases by 1 unit as we move from nitrogen to oxygen, and p orbitals of oxygen contains 2 electrons which repel each other. However, in oxygen, inter-electronic repulsions outweighs the effect of increased nuclear charge, and hence the atomic size of oxygen decreases. Further, in case of fluorine, the enhanced nuclear charge outweighs the electronic repulsion, and hence size decreases. And in case of noble gases, they have larger size than those of the halogen atoms. According to the increased nuclear charge, they should have the uh, size, reduced size, they should have reduced size, but unexpectedly they have larger size than the halogen atoms. This is because of the fully filled configuration in noble gases, means all the orbitals are completely filled and inter-electronic repulsions are maximum. And the second factor is noble gases form van der Waals radius, which is larger than the covalent radius. That's why noble gases have larger size than the halogen atoms. When we move from top to bottom in a group, atomic radii increases as the atomic number increases. This is due to the addition of new energy shell, and the electrons lie farther away from the nucleus. As a result, the attraction of nucleus for electron decreases, and hence atomic radius increases. Here, the effect of adding a new energy shell is so large that it outweighs the enhanced nuclear charge. That's why the atomic radius increases. Similar trend is for covalent and ionic radius. It means covalent and ionic radius both increases down the group.